All right, hello and welcome to our Matchday preview show. It's Southampton versus Leicester. Coming up at St Mary's. Let's get into it. Let's do this. All right, we are back in what feels like an absolute eternity. Jack, how are you doing, man? It's been a while.
Been a minute. It's been an awful long time. I was sat in the pub and I saw that Danny Ings scored, and I was like, "Here we go again, another Spurs game that I miss, and another one where we win." And then they did me a favour and they lost. So
yeah, that was a rough one.
I've watched the highlights. So I obviously don't have a great idea of how the game was for us.
Should we summarise for him?
Yes, please. I would love you to do that.
Should we do it? If anyone's joining us in the chat section right now and can help me out with the summary of this game, effectively, it was a game that started incredibly well. We had more shots on target in the first 5 minutes. I think we had like 5 shots on target in the first 10 minutes or something ridiculous like that. When you compare it to the game against Leicester in the FA Cup, it was
night and day. That is, I've seen people saying that, so that gives me hopes. Then what happened?
Then what happened was Danny Ings scores his 100th Premier League goal as well, which was pretty decent. Great goal. And then one major thing happened, which should be a worry for everyone. Okay. Danny Ings got injured, hamstring, standard. Okay. It's what happened next that concerned me, and the fact that he, instead of swapping like for like and bringing on another striker, he decided to bring on Diallo and remove the partnership in the middle of the park with Ward-Prowse and Stuart Armstrong. That's what went wrong. All he had to do was change the striker up front, and I'm telling you now, we win that game. Because the second he brought on Diallo, it sort of brought Spurs on. It gave them all the space for them to come on to us, and it was inevitable. Absolutely inevitable. I mean, if in the 80th minute, I was thinking I'd take a point right now, because that would have summed up that game, because we definitely won the first half, but the second half was all Spurs. So, and to lose it in the way we did, it was.
I will say, although I wasn't watching the game, I was like, when I saw that goal game in, I was sort of happy. And then about 45 minutes later, in myself, without even seeing the score, my mood went down a little bit. So I think somehow I felt it in the ether with you guys. So
yeah,
you hate to see Ralph shoot himself in the foot like that. We're all trying to defend. Well, not all of us. We're trying to defend you. Let's make some smart decisions. And it just hurts when you see stuff like that, especially like we know how to work without Danny, so it's not like it's a massive shock if he's not there.
Mm-hmm.
So to see that us crumble apart because of that, like anywhere else in the pitch, I almost understand it. But if a striker comes off and that's how we fall apart, that's only on Ralph. So yeah, that's a shame. That's a big shame.
It was a shame and a big miss. Couple highlights though is Salisu looked great in left back, really good.
So I've heard.
He's like 6'3", so to have someone of that stature in the left back position, it's quite formidable. But he was able to win the ball back as well, so it was he looked great. And in fact, I think that's something we'll probably see going forward, given everything we've got to chat about tonight.
Yeah, I think going forward, we are in this annoying but fun part of the season where we don't really have much to lose. There's nothing to lose now.
No.
I think it's pretty safe to say we're safe. Looking what's below us, that's not on our form. That's on other people's form.
Yeah,
I'll admit that.
Yep.
So it's going to be fun, hopefully, at the end of the season to see, like you say, Salisu in that position. We saw Obafemi back in training, however far along that is. I would love to see him before the season ends. And the same thing goes for Nilandalu. Mm-hmm. And, I just want to see a few youths towards the end of the season now. I think we would be doing this anyway if we were in a sort of a safe position. So it'd be nice. We're just in the spot now. So let's just see what we've got to offer and see what the dead weight is for the summer.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That will be something to look forward to. But let's talk about the game coming up on Friday.
Let's do that.
Let's not dwell on the Spurs game. Congrats to Ryan Mason for getting his first Premier League win. It's but one last thought on that is the fact that Ralph got out tacticked by Ryan Mason. Anyway, moving on.
Was he out tactic, or did he just shoot him like he just did it to himself?
Yeah, he did it himself, self-inflicted.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, that makes more sense. But saying that, I thought Spurs in general were pretty good in the League Cup final. I thought 1-0 against that City team was pretty okay.
Yeah, it was all right.
I think they were going to lose, and I think they lost better that game than they probably would have if Jose was still there.
Yeah, it's fair to say. I think
in my little mind, I think they just galvanised the players a little bit. I think that's what they were intending to do there.
It was a particularly strong Man City performance as well, so I was kind of surprised to see it was just 1-0.
First time in a long time where I watched the game, I thought, "Oh, Hugo Lloris is doing stuff again, isn't he?"
Yeah.
The first time since he's broken his arm that I thought that's the dude that won the World Cup.
Looking decent, yeah, absolutely. So we're going live on all platforms here today. I will say, apparently, there's a problem with Facebook tonight in terms of the StreamYard link. So if you're watching on Facebook and you're having troubles, come join us on YouTube. It's fine.
It's better over here.
It's fine. And as always, remember to smash that like button. It severely helps the channel out and is greatly appreciated. So we're running live on TikTok over here. Hello to all lifestyles over there. And YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter.
Everywhere. We're just
don't
global,
really do
mate.
a lot on Twitter, but it's there.
No, it's there. I will say for the Super League stuff, Twitter was the best thing ever because I was literally sat there for 2 nights in a row refreshing, and every time I refreshed, it was something else really fun. It was great. It was great news, wasn't it? I mean, it wasn't good news, but for news, it was good. So therefore, it was good news. So it was.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Well, on that, just briefly, I mean, I think that the thing I found most pleasing about that is the fan base of those self-proclaimed top 6 clubs were totally against it. I mean, I think there was probably 1 or 2 that were like, "Oh, it's a great idea."
Of course, there are.
But ultimately, the entire fan base were completely outraged, and as they should be. My next door neighbour's a Chelsea fan. He hated it. I don't think I've met anyone who thought, yeah, there might be something in this. I don't think it's gone away. I think this is going to be rolling on for some time. But anyway,
yeah, there's going to be repercussions from it for a long time. We're going to be figuring it out. I can't wait to see what the punishments are because there best be some punishments.
I think they're going to be forgotten about.
But then, did it just make you feel good to be a football fan?
Yeah, it did.
All those times you talk to smarmy people that are like, "Oh, I don't get the World Cup. Why is everyone doing this?" Or even now, it wasn't 2 seconds after we all got angry that people were like, "Well, I wish they were more angry about everything else." I get it, but can you not just take for a second and be like, "Look how everyone's together."
Yeah, unified.
Just a second, just be like, "Look how together everyone is right now. It's great."
Yeah,
like I said to you on that channel, it's like I could probably walk around Portsmouth in a Southampton top that day and be like, "Guys, I know, but it's for the Super League, right?" It was just one of those fun moments where everyone was just like, "Yep, I hate this," and everyone saw how powerful the footballing community is, and why it shouldn't be laughed at or not taken seriously. So it's great to be here.
Absolutely, and I think it won't necessarily go away, but I think the fact of the matter is this can never happen without the Premier League clubs' involvement. So we hold the chalice for it. Exactly. We hold all the cards. Thank you.
I had this argument with people that they were saying, without those 6 clubs, would if those 6 clubs went away and they weren't in the league anymore, would the league feel like less? They were like trying to argue the league would be less special. And my argument is English football is bigger than those 6 clubs.
Yeah.
So if they went away, I don't care because it's English football that I care about. It's that pyramid that I care about. So
yeah.
It's been a whirlwind ride. Can't wait to see where it goes. But hopefully reforms take in. There's a big petition going out there about the 51% ownership and fan reform. Doing the rounds. I was going to send it to you, but I feel like we don't push agendas here. I don't know how we felt about it. Are petitions our thing yet? I don't think we can get away with that, right?
I don't know. We tend to sort of push it out and see what we can get away with. But
exactly.
I did have a mad theory though on what would happen if the Super League went ahead. and I think this is quite an intriguing one when I suddenly thought about it, is the fact that if, say, for instance, these clubs break away, have a Super League, right, where effectively there's loads of money in it, but you couldn't play country international football, you couldn't play in the pyramid system, you couldn't play actual proper league football, wouldn't there be a certain element that would say, I'll play my football career in the international game and the league game, and then when I'm ready to retire, I'll go and play in the Super League and make loads of money. And effectively, you turn Manchester City, Man United, Liverpool, Arsenal, Tottenham into like the MLS, effectively.
Do you remember on like Sky Sports, then you just have like Masters Football?
Exactly that. Exactly that. Yeah, they turn it into Masters Football, where you'd go, that's
if
all
they
right.
had marketed it as Masters Football, nobody would have a problem. Nobody would have a problem. They'd be like, yeah, I love Masters Football. That's brilliant. Yeah.
Well, why don't they do that? It's just
like literally, you could start the league with like Messi and Ronaldo retire, and they're like, boom, Super League. We're going to do Masters. And you're like, yeah, that's fine. Don't take any of these teams and play it, but yeah, you take those names, go for it.
Masters League, you get Iniesta back.
That'd be fun. That'd be great.
Yeah, we've done it. We've fixed. Well, there you go. There's your. Where's our cut?
It'll be legends, YouTubers. It won't be any actual professionals. Just people who need it. The F2 will be on it a lot.
They would indeed. Right, should we get on and talk about the Leicester game?
Let's talk about the Leicester game.
Yeah,
I feel like we've spoken about Leicester a lot this season.
Yeah, we don't really want to say too much because we've spoken about them a lot in the previous fixtures. Obviously, our last encounter with them was that very, very disappointing FA Cup semi-final loss. And I was actually on another opposing channel earlier tonight, and I said to him, I said, "Wait,
what?
There it is.
It's hot in here."
Oh, Jack, that's so distracting.
What?
I was saying to...
Carry on.
You just throw me off my track there. Look at that stunning top.
Just carry on. Don't worry about it. Just something I slipped on.
I even asked you about this before the stream. I said, have you got a hidden on it?
How good was my acting?
Yeah, well
acting
done.
And scene.
Straight into character. Lovely stuff. Lovely stuff. Anyway, so I was talking to Chris at Leicester Till I Die TV. And I said to him about that Leicester side we played in the FA Cup semi-final is exactly the Leicester side we wanted. Yep. Literally, they had very few. I think they had one shot on target and it went in. And we had one shot on target, so it was exactly the game which made it hugely disappointing. So here's a big factor going into Friday night's game, which I think will govern everything, and it's a case of who we play in the middle of the park. And I honestly think that if we go with Diallo, love him a bit, but I just don't think he's Premiership quality and doing what he needs to do. So if we go with Diallo, it's going to be ugly. But if we go with the starting lineup, whether or not Danny's fit or not, the same starting lineup we did against Spurs, if Danny's not fit, then we go with another proven striker in a striker position. But effectively, behind the strike force is exactly what we should line up with what we did against Spurs. You agree?
Absolutely, yeah. I saw somebody post today the Romeo stats with and without.
Oh, okay.
And with Romeo, 20 games for Romeo this season, goals against on average 1.2 a game, shots against 8.8 a game, and XG against us is 0.9.
Mm-hmm.
12 games without him, our goals against have been 2.2. Our shots against have been 11.6, and our XG against is 1.8. So it's massive.
Mm-hmm.
And I just think Armstrong is just that more level head. They do that. I think between them, they know that they don't have to rely on each other. They can just do their job. Whereas Diallo always seems someone needs to cover him a little bit, help him out. He's not quite sure yet. So, for me, it's got to be Armstrong and Ward-Prowse in the middle. I think I don't know. I didn't see that game, but I can gather it made a big difference.
Huge difference. So, what basically, effectively, we don't have a lot to play for apart from pride and to make sure that Ralph has got a confidence of the fan base. to go into the summer and rebuild with whatever shoestring funds are available. But Leicester will be going to solidify the Champions League slot because they've got some difficult games coming up, and this will be one that they're looking at thinking points to be had here. They had a great result against Crystal Palace, who hadn't played a game for 16 days, I think. But the fact that they won that means there's maybe less pressure to get the win on Friday. So I think now would be a perfect time for us to jump into. Let's go for it. Predicted 11.
We got graphics.
Got graphics. There we go. So here is what I believe. Have I spelled predicted right? Yes, jolly good. That's good. This is what I think. Actually, I'm going to do it live because I just remembered I forgot to put it in. But we could do it live together. Alrighty. So here we go.
I'm going to go completely with you in that left back position because I'm very keen to see Salasu play.
Yeah.
In that position, you know, you've given him a lot of praise. I'm ready to see it. Whoa! Hold on a second.
I think he will. I think he will.
So do I, because he was in the Instagram pictures today.
Yeah, I think he honestly will. I think he's going to go Vestergaard here. I don't think he's going to change that.
Nah.
I mean, I've kind of given away exactly what I think is going to be the starting lineup because of what I said earlier.
I mean, if you're a fan of the channel, I think you already know what's going to happen here.
Exactly. So this is what I'm thinking of this. Kyle Walker-Peters going in a right back position. Again, all these players had a decent game in that first half. It was very, very lively.
As soon as we're making up for each other, you know, they're making up for each other's mistakes, it just falls apart.
Yeah, absolutely. And here is where it starts to make lots of sense. So, do the initials. I'm going to spell the whole name. Angel Press and Stuart Armstrong.
He's a liar. Missed that on the stream, didn't you? Missed that on the stream.
You know what? You said that in 17 minutes. It's exactly when I wanted you to say it. 17 minutes of the stream. Perfect timing.
He's a liar.
Man,
when we get back, mate, we're going to get all the ancient stand doing that just once. He's a liar.
So good at that. I think he's going to go Theo over here.
Yeah.
I put Walcott.
I think we would all know. It's not that there's another Theo on the team, is there?
That's true. That's me struggling how to play Walcott. Is that right?
Is it double out? I don't think it's double out. We're very good at this. You should have just gone Theo, mate. You should have just gone Theo.
Let's go Theo. There we go. We all know how to spell Theo. And I think he's going to go.
Is Ings out?
I don't know. We've said that he's injured on other occasions and he's ended up starting before. So, do you know what? I don't think, well, either way, we're looking at his position. I'm thinking he's going to go Redmond here.
Yeah.
I think he's going to go Redmond here, and I think he's going to go Teller up front.
Teller, eh? Big boy moves from Teller.
I think he's going to go Muck Adams here.
Beautiful. Beautiful. How did Gineppo play against Spurs?
He did, and everyone slated his performance, but really, that wasn't where the problem was. The problem started when, you know, Ings went off and Diallo came on and the system was changed. So, you know, Gineppo gave away that penalty. Which
well, I know we didn't discuss that. I did see that whole run of play, and it all did seem like a mess.
Yeah, it was pretty chaotic.
Yeah.
Very chaotic.
I can't blame him for that. And I like Gineppo as a player. Like I say, he's coming through. But to be honest, I also think Teller's been causing. Teller causes the same sort of havoc. You know, it's that running at players, causing fouls, getting free kicks and penalties. That we want that. I love him to score. I love him to actually, you know, get a powerful shot off. I mean, some of his shots have been lackluster when he finally gets in front of goals. So it'd be really great to see him do something.
Yep.
Yeah, I'd be happy to see that team.
Yeah, I mean, I think in terms of, I mean, the reason why I've gone with Salisu in that left back position is I honestly think that unless we see a nice picture of Ralph and Bertrand signing a contract with his arm around him and doing all that kind of stuff, he's basically said, "I'm only working with players who we've got for next season." So that basically means Salisu's got to go in that position because we don't have another left back, do we?
No, we do not.
No.
It's a concern about Bertie. I'm not sure how I feel about his current situation, but given the situation that it is and what we're in, you're right. Salasu should start, and because he is the future. We all sort of agreed at the beginning of the season, towards the end here, where it's like, wow, we've paid this money for him, we should be seeing him now. And I agree, we should be seeing him. And if he can play left back and he say a decent performance, I'm very happy to see him in there, especially if he's defensive.
Mm-hmm.
Because as much as I love Bertie running forward, it's not given an awful lot, to what we do. And as long as he can get forward a little bit, get the ball moving, I'd rather him move the ball forward and pass it forward rather than him be too high up and not be able to get back fast enough.
Yeah. Yeah,
so that's the kind of line I want to draw. And we know Salasu's got a bit of pace to him because when I've seen him in the middle, he's so much faster than Vestergaard and Bednarak. But I don't know if that's, I'm a slim man when stood next to sumo wrestlers. It's all about context and relativity.
I'm just trying to Google because I'm trying to remember exactly what the age of Ryan Bertrand is. So
I'm gonna get
31. 31. I thought he was older than that. I don't know why.
It's because he's been around for ages, isn't it? Usually, if someone's been at our club this long, they're about to age out.
Yeah.
But at the same time, one of the rumors that he could be going to Leicester, one of the teams that are interested in him. So it might be another reason not to take him.
Maybe.
Listen, you're not talking to anybody here until it's settled.
Yeah, it's mad though. Like a lot of these players who we think are underperforming get linked with clubs, and thinking, what are they saying? Like, do you know what I mean?
It's I'm sure we'll go on to this in a bit when we talk about the transfers and bits and bobs that we know, but it does just seem like right now there is a bit of an idea of what's best for the team. It's if you can get money for Ryan Bertrand now that you can spend on progressing the squad,
right?
Now's the time to do it. That is the City just scored. Did
they?
Yes, they have. It was looks like a decent goal. I was too busy talking to you. But anyway, so there's a part of me that's like, if it's for the good of the squad, and we know that what our aims are this summer. Not bad, right?
That's a good goal.
And we know what our aims are for this summer, and we got actual links, and they understand the transfer market now. Hopefully, a bit more. I just want to see this goal again because it was very, very good. Good fun.
Remember to subscribe to the channel.
Subscribe because the City goal.
Whilst we watch this goal back, it's a fantastic goal there.
How has that slipped in? Oh wow!
Come out from nowhere. City.
So it's all about the progression in the summer for me. And if we can get money for Bertrand, get money for Bertrand. I mean, I've as a man who plays an awful lot of FIFA, I understand there's a right time to sell players.
Yeah.
And if we can get,
that's a disgusting finish by De Bruyne. Wow, absolutely disgusting. Love it.
Yeah, that was if only there was a Man City fan channel you could watch, but there isn't.
I think there's one or two.
So we're just giving a little nod there. So that's for me. That's where I'm at. If it's for the good of the club and they can see the progression. I saw, like I said, when we talk to the transfers.
So let's have a look at this lineup though. So do you see anything change? I mean, should the worst thing happen, effectively, I see that happening. If we all just imagine for 1 second that says, well, let's change it. So
Diallo.
That could very well happen. But I just don't like it as much. I don't think it's needed, and I just think this is far too big of a role for Diallo to play, and he's just not there yet.
Yeah, he's not there. He's not there yet. I'll happily see him in games against, not to put anybody down, but against, I don't know, Newcastle or Sheffield, or just sort of our end of the team. Sort of maybe less pressure on him.
But even in the Sheffield game, like there was a silly mistake that we could have conceded. For Sheffield United to score, no disrespect to them, but they've hardly had a fantastic season of scoring goals. So, that really says something. So, So I'm going to finish with my. Let's put in Theo. Put in Theo. Don't worry, I'm not.
I like how we've not even thought about putting Minamino in there.
Yeah, you're right, man. Well, that would be the other one. Maybe
instead of Teller.
You reckon?
Because I quite like that
up front.
Those games when it was Redmond, Adams, and Teller, and Redmond, Adams, and Minamino. I thought that was not a too bad pairing. The problem is, I just feel like with Theo, Teller, Redmond, it's just they all just move into the same spot.
Yeah, and in fact, I don't like when Theo and Redmond play.
No, me neither. But or if they do, like I'd rather it be like Redmond's. Okay, one of them be playing up top. It would be Ings, Redmond, and Theo, and then somebody an actual midfield behind them.
Yeah,
but yeah, for me, like maybe it's time to give Minamino a shot. But like we say, if we're not seeing him next season, there's a good chance. There's a good chance we're seeing Lindelof on the pitch before we see him.
Yeah, it just seems mad if you're spending all that money on loaning a player.
Let's loan him.
Sit him on the bench.
And he's been so good. He has been. The games where he's been able to perform, he's been great.
Yeah, apart from that Brighton one. That
everyone sucked that day. That can be said about a few games, but
Yeah. So there we go. Are we locking that in?
I think so. Yeah.
There we go. I'd be happy with that.
Yeah, I'd be very. If I saw that, I'd be chuffed.
Yeah, fantastic. Right, superb. Let us know in the. Let's see if there's any comments. There's loads of comments here. Fantastic.
I'll tell you what I haven't done. I've completely forgotten to ask Instagram for score predictions.
Have you?
So I didn't even think about it until right now.
Let me roll through some of these. There we go. Salisu left back. Yep, Salisu left back. Absolutely. I think I give my reasons. So let's roll through some of these. Agree with McCarthy. Dies more. I like McCarthy's arms and I like Forster's feet. So perfect goalkeeper. Someone help me spell Walcott. Thank you very much.
I didn't think the double L was right.
Don't take Walcott. Ings is back in training this week. It's promising to know. It could be just a big bluff kind of thing, but that starting lineup we had against Spurs, that first half, fantastic, so good, absolutely loved it. Why change Ings for Diallo? Should have just made a change for Redmond. Yeah, absolutely. Keep the shape. To show David Baker and Minamino. I'm guessing that's when we all forgot he was there.
Yep.
So there we go. Lots of positive stuff. Fantastic. Got someone from Kieran Rans fans.
What up?
If you don't follow Kieran yet, go and subscribe. It's a great channel. He's a very animated Evertonian, and he's a good lad.
Hey, hold on.
There we go.
Can I just say that we've been called, like, there was that Everton channel that made fuss of being very anti-animated. So do we really want to be promoting that kind of stuff on here?
No, it's fine. It got memed. We got memed by an Everton channel, and
a couple of times. I'm starting to lose my patience with toffees. So
it was it was a footballer that retweeted it with
Rich Charlison gave us grief.
Charlison, that's it. So Rich Charlison has seen our faces as we've had an Everton goal scored against us.
Absolutely.
So what? It's a surprise of fame.
I was actually talking about another video that they took.
Oh, really?
It's the one where we're playing. It was obviously against Everton. Not actually against Everton, but it was we conceded. It was more like 1-0, and we were just deflated.
Yeah.
Everyone's just saying, "Look at these two guys, no passion." It's like, yeah, but it was a goal in the 85th minute, and it was a terrible game. And we support Southampton, of course. We're depressed. What did you expect me to be animated? Did you expect me to be Arsenal fan TV going nuts? No.
Yeah, we don't.
I'm used to the pain, guys. I'm pretty numb.
We don't do that. Absolutely not.
Fantastic. Oh, they've scored again.
Have they?
Yeah.
Wow.
Another free kick.
It's Kieran. How you doing, man? Good to see you.
Hey,
or not see you. Is he been smashing the like button? Thanks so much. Smash that like button. Does help the channel out. Oh, I forgot to mention the new feature of the channel.
Talk about the new features, mate.
About the new feature. there is something which I've added to the channel membership. Go and check it out. Effectively, it gives you extra access to a few other little bits, maybe to join us backstage at the live stream, to join us during the watch-alongs, and also for the post-match stuff. There's also some special edition emojis in there and some Saints stuff that you can stick in the chat. So just a bit of fun, totally no obligation, but it's there. It helps support the channel, so go and check it out. And everyone who smashes that join button, there's a little kind of bing that happens during the live feed. So there we go. So
there we
fantastic.
Go. All about the bees.
Join button, there's a little. Oh, there we go.
There it is.
Live on the way. I'm loving this support. Look at this. Fantastic. Everyone sub to the channel. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So should we get talking? So that is our starting 11. Let's get chatting about here comes.
What we got? What's he gonna say?
Trying to talk. Oh no, actually, what we should be doing is score predictions, because we've done so much chat and about this much about the Leicester game. You do realise that,
guys? How many times we've done this? Is the third time this season, and
so we're bored of it.
Just bored of Leicester. No offense, Leicester. Everyone was a picture from Leicester. They're always lovely people, but let me just play someone else.
I mean, fair play. They're going to get Champions League football this year, and deserved.
Absolutely.
Well, they should do.
Hey, I love watching Leicester play when we're not playing them.
Yeah.
And one of the things I enjoy watching.
Amen to that. Right. So everyone in the chat section, smash in your score predictions for Friday night's game, whilst me and Jack muse over our thoughts as to what we think it's maybe. Jack, do you want to go first on this one?
Yeah. I mean, it's difficult, isn't it? Difficult.
I'm going to put a caveat on mine, but
oh wow.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll put a caveat on mine. Just after I hear yours, just to be like, I'm going to go 2-0 Southampton. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah,
nice.
Purely because, again, it's like one of those games where I think 1-0, but I'd like one more. My brain says 1-0 if we're lucky, but I would just like to see after the Spurs game, and knowing, in my mind, Ralph's pretty good at going, okay, I made a mistake there. I've noticed this mistake. I will try to correct it. Yes, there's an overall problem, but he understands the mistakes and tries to ring them in.
Yeah.
Hopefully, seeing that, he'll come out and be like, okay. And I want a clean sheet. I haven't seen that in a while. Those are pretty novel. Yes, and I like to see just a couple of goals. I'd like to just see a good Southampton game where we play well. Just once.
Right.
Can we just end the season with at least 1 or 2 good games? That's what I want. I'm not asking for much.
Yeah. So you're going 2-0.
I'm going to go 2-0 to us.
I love it.
Also, I'll be wearing this shirt, so obviously we're going to win.
Oh man, I hate when you do that sort of thing. You put on a new shirt, like, is this shirt going to be a lucky shirt? And then, yeah. Anyway, no one knows.
Has anybody got a lucky Southampton shirt? Anyone?
No.
Nope.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Not even the most casual Southampton fan has a lucky Southampton shirt.
Yeah. So what am I going to go for? My caveat is simply this: if Diallo plays, we lose. I'm sorry. If Diallo plays, it'll be a lackluster 2-0 defeat.
I can't wait for Diallo to score a hat trick and make you look like
I would love that. I will clip up this clip myself, put it on TikTok, wherever. But do you know what? I'm going to go with your 2-0 win.
Yeah.
I think if we can play in the manner that we did against Spurs in the first half with the setup that we did, it looks so good. It looks so confident. The cohesiveness of the side, the communication. We were stringing 4 or 5 passes together. It looked fantastic. I'm telling you now, Jack, you missed a fantastic first half. Second half, completely forgettable. But first half, I loved every bit of it. So if we can put out that same starting 11, and even with Ings off the pitch, I can still see us creating chances. And maybe if we've got Teller or Minamino up front, or even Walcott up front alongside Shea Adams. Haven't seen that yet, have we?
No.
So yeah, I'm going to go with you, Jack. We're both going 2-0.
Big up. I love that.
We're locking it in. 2-0.
2-0 official. You've heard it here first. Don't bother watching the game. Just you've got the score.
That's it. Come on. David's got lucky Saints pants.
Why would you ever take them off? That's my
Yeah,
question.
absolutely.
If you've gotten this far with them being lucky, you should wear them all the time.
I've got a color scheme that I can't wear certain color pants on match day.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
I mean, I've not really
opposing clubs. If
I
I
mean,
can't wear like that particular color, do you know what I mean?
Okay. I don't know what. I've never taken notice of that in myself, so maybe I just start looking inwards.
Yeah, maybe.
Like that's the thing. Maybe I do have to start looking around. What's changed since the form has gotten really bad? Maybe I need to go back to the last time, like the Liverpool game, and be like, what did I do here that I'm not doing now?
Yeah,
It's got to be something.
A long time ago. God, imagine if we do the double over Liverpool.
That would be very funny.
Might be winning the league for us, wouldn't it?
It would. I wonder if Rafa will cry again.
I'll cry for him. Flipping heck. Right. Let's go for some of your score predictions. I'm going to be rolling through these now. Right. So Kieran is going for 1-0 Saints.
It'll be got a red card. It's all kicking off over here.
Oh, wow.
How am I ahead of you for the first time ever?
I know. I'm watching on the app, so.
And we're not watching the Saints game. That's very aggravating.
Yeah. Oh, straight red. Crikey. I enjoy watching that back after this stream that we're trying to put together professionally. We've got a membership section and we're doing this. We're watching another game whilst doing a live stream.
We're football fans. Hey, it's Poch. Southampton related.
It is. Oh, yeah. Oh, crikey. That's nasty. Anyway, so Kieran's comment's been up here for ages. There we go. 1-0 Saints. It will be a boring game like the semi-final, but it will be scrappy. I hope not. James Wade, is going for a 2-1 to Leicester. Ouch.
I can't believe you said hello to him, knowing what his score prediction was. Shun him. She shunned those people.
Oh, it's cool, mates. Go back years. Which is why I'm equally disappointed, James. What are you doing? David Beggar's going for a 2-2. Zandif is going for a 2-1. The Richie Cat is going for a 1-0 Leicester. I got a bad feeling about this one. Saints 1, Leicester 3 from Dexter Benham. So, yeah, there we go. Oh,
I don't think you guys have ever watched this channel before because we don't do draws or losses. So, what are you doing?
Obscenely biased time.
Positive vibes only.
God, that is a nasty challenge.
It is bad, right?
Yeah, it is. So there we go. Not serious. It's going for an Armstrong brace.
Love that.
To be honest, the lawyer scores great goals when he scores them.
He is a liar.
Yeah, man. Rock and roll. So there we go. That is our score predictions. So me and Jack are both going for a 2-0 win. Lovely stuff.
That's what I want.
So moving on. Let's move on. Let's change the background and everything.
Wow, he's really going full tilt.
Because let's face it, we're bored of talking about Leicester, aren't we?
I was bored the moment we started talking about it.
There we go. Let me find a suitable background. Do we like that?
Oh, sunny. Yeah, I need that. I need that after the great day we had.
Or the old walkway.
Whoa, we've got options.
Maybe just let me know in the chat section if there's I quite like this one. Because it's our view, isn't it?
Yeah, it is our view. Beautiful, that.
Our view from the beautiful Itchen stand.
Oh, miss it.
This is Itchen. This is Itchen.
You know what? The beard is itching right now, to be honest. Since growing it back, it's difficult.
Well, this one from the family section, that's always a good one. Let's go with that. Because fans are in it. I love it. That's what we want to see. So, moving on to our extra topic of the show. Let's talk about transfers.
Let's talk about some transfers, some little rumours.
So, a few extra things that have been bumbling around. Obviously, the Danny Ings contract has not been resolved, although there have been a couple of rumours, or what appears to be a gentleman's agreement. Jack, do you want to divulge this information?
I've seen this has been reported for a few places. I just had it up where I saw it and I sent it to you. I saw it from the Saints Centre, but it was Alex Crook that reported it. That Danny has a gentleman's agreement with the club that he will stay, but unless either of the two Manchester clubs come in for him.
Okay.
I think there's a few more caveats to it if I can find what it was. Manchester club's coming for him, and he's also willing to sign a contract extension, but only if he is the top earner at the club. which I'd be amazed if he isn't currently the top. It'd be, or is Fraser Forster being paid more than him?
Yes, he will be.
That, in which case I would understand why Danny's upset. But I just love the idea that in the modern game of
125k.
football,
125k.
just in the modern game of football, it's like Danny's got a gentleman's agreement. We've had a handshake and a cigar, and he says he's staying.
It's an interesting one.
But at the same time, I get it. I see that completely. I mean, if City or United go in for him and not being mean to Danny, given the season that he's had, I'd be very, very surprised. Especially because he got another injury in the last game. I don't think he's helping his own case. But I'm happy for him to say it's a bit like Bertie, who we'll talk about in a minute, where if it's time to move on, it's time to move on. I'm not upset. They've done great stuff here, but I'd rather them stay. More England, but when Danny's playing well, like he did on the weekend, he's amazing still.
Great header.
But he's amazing.
Yeah.
If he goes anywhere else, he will suck.
Yeah,
that's just the rule. That's the rule. Strikers leave Southampton. They never do. They never get bigger.
No, I think it's a difficult one, really. Oh, you got cable issue.
Cable issues.
It's an interesting one. I mean, I think it all depends on what happens elsewhere.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because if Kane finally grows a pair and moves on from Spurs,
which he should,
I think there'll be problems because, but ultimately, Spurs are not going to be able to offer what Danny is looking for. And if Kane's leaving because they're not in the Champions League, then why would Danny want to go to Spurs and play for a club that's not in the Champions League? It just doesn't make any sense. So if, as you say, one of the Manchester clubs comes in for him, but it's a weird one because I can see him maybe going to United, but I don't know. I don't see either of those.
I can see that from June until August, all the United tabloids going, Haaland's coming to United, and then on the deadline day, Danny goes. That's if he's coming to United, that's how it will happen.
Yeah.
It'll be on a weird loan to buy. So it'll be off. So yeah, it'd be hard. It'd be hard to take for a bit, but it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, especially if we get major dollar for him. And I thanks for the comments to point out. I didn't think that Bertie is out of contract into the season, so he would go on a free. But at the same time, what's his wage like? Because he came from Chelsea after winning a Champions League. So
yeah, but it's pretty standard with the rest of it, really. Yeah. I don't think I think it's 65 or something like that. But that's the madness of our wage structure at the moment, because you've got Fraser Forster, who's been out on loan for goodness knows how long, earning over 100k a week, and you've got Theo Walcott, who's coming to the side on loan, who's having 50% of his wages subsidised by his parent club Everton, and he's on 10 grand a week more than what Danny's on. I mean, it's nitpicking at that level, but if you see what I mean, it's just the whole kind of wage structure is completely jaded compared to what it is from other clubs. So
absolutely,
yeah. But it'll be an interesting one.
It will be, and then the other side of it is what we've been talking about earlier on. Is Ryan Bertrand looks like he's on his way out, which again, like, I don't think I'd be that upset as long as we replace him.
Agreed.
And replace him, I've got the transfer rumor here.
Oh, lovely.
It is. Let me.
No, I kind of agree with you on.
Let's go for it. It's Solomon Dumbai. He plays for SCO Angers. So it's from what I've seen on him, he's just a pacey left back. He just looks like a younger Ryan Bertrand. And if we're getting fullbacks, wicked, because we need fullbacks.
Yeah,
I'm very hopeful to see what happens to Jake Vokins and Valerie this summer, because they should probably stay. They should probably keep one of them.
Yeah.
Please just keep one of them.
I don't know, but are they Premiership quality? I mean, Jake Vokins had some decent performances, to be fair.
That's what I think. Vokins has got Out of the two of them, Vokins has a bit of promise, but I honestly think Valerie did all right as a backup.
Valerie did all right, but he's not
As a squad player, as a backup, as like, I feel like you're better off having that than what we've done this season. Wouldn't you rather Valerie the last 4 months than Jack Stevens at centre back and push wide, or Jack Stevens at left back, or anybody else at left back who shouldn't be playing left back?
Yeah, Jack Stevens at right back.
Or right back, even. Sorry, it's like you just would.
No, definitely not. Definitely not. No, I can kind of see merit in, as much as I'll ever moving on, because he's had games where he's looked absolutely gassed, didn't look the fittest, but it's kind of baffling to think that some of these other clubs would be in for him. But if you can pick up Ryan Bertrand for £5 million or on a free, which is what it will be, then
you're laughing.
Why wouldn't you?
Exactly.
So it just depends on what kind of wages he can negotiate elsewhere, and good luck to him. And thank you for his service, and best of luck to his.
There's a few players in the squad like Ryan. Bertrand's a player that we've stood up for quite a lot, and sort of try to really ring the bell why he's important to the team. And it's the same for Redmond, and it would be interesting to see like how much of it are the haters going to be proven right. A bit like, if we get we spend, I don't know, let's think craziness and spend 10 million on a fullback, and they're pretty decent. Like they're actually really good.
Yeah,
and it's I would love to see what the difference would be between Ryan Bertrand and a quote unquote better left back. I want a fullback to come in and I have to be like, well, we were wrong about Bertrand, weren't we? We probably I
think that's the problem, though. I think that's the problem. I think the problem is the fact that Bertrand doesn't have any competition.
Exactly.
So why would you push your game if you've got, well, I'm definitely starting on Saturday because I'm the only left back and I'm fit. It's like,
yeah, that you're absolutely right. Like, I would just love to see that player come in and either show us all what we've been lacking with Bertie, or just fire Bertie up to be like, okay, well, if I want game time, I'm gonna have to train now.
Yeah. Because Bertie on his game is fantastic.
Oh yeah, fantastic. Yeah. I mean, when he's taking them throw-ins, wasting time like no other. He would have to teach whoever his replacement is. He'd have to teach him that on the way out.
Yeah, that was the best moment. Absolutely love that. Fantastic. It's what you'd love to see.
Who needs FA Cup finals when you got that?
So there we go. Really, was there any other transfers rumored to be floating around?
No transfer rumors. It's just more, like I say, it was the phrasing of a gentleman's agreement that really made me go, "What? This is some great news. This is either like a really nice confirmation that he's probably going to stay, or just the weakest bit of gossip that you've ever heard."
Yeah.
Jackie's brother and sister's boy said that Danny said that he would on a gentleman's agreement. Like, all right,
yeah,
brilliant.
My cousin's hairdresser has said, and they're like, I would say, if we're being realistic, if, say, for instance, that gentleman's agreement exists, if it doesn't exist, I think one thing we can definitely bank on is the fact that Danny ain't going to anyone who's not getting in Champions League football.
Yeah, that's that. All you have to do is look at those top four sides and be like, which one of those is he going to, and who would take him. If you think none of those things would have him, then you can be pretty safe. It's no rumor or anything like that, but one name that I did see that popped up, I was like, oh, that would be fun. Is apparently Shaqiri's leaving Liverpool this summer.
Okay.
And I remember before he went to Liverpool, there was a very slim chance that he was coming here.
Yeah.
And we've got a bit of an alright relationship with Liverpool. So if we don't get Minamino, I wouldn't mind Shaqiri.
Yeah, I wouldn't hate that.
I do really rate Shaqiri. The problem is I don't know how he plays right now because Klopp never plays him.
Right.
Even when he's complaining about squad fatigue, he still doesn't play him.
Yeah, that's a weird one, really.
So I would, if Shaqiri's going anywhere on the cheap, and we seem to have a decent relationship with Liverpool for transfers. The fact that we got the Minamino, but again, it all depends on what the plans are for the summer. We need to double up on every player.
Yeah,
I agree with that, and it needs to be of a certain age. I agree with that, but I would just love a bit of talent in the roster. And if we're not getting Minamino, which I don't think we are,
You could see some interesting things happening though in the likes of. I mean, I'm just going to pull up the Premier League table just to have a look at it, because you think about what's happening over at Liverpool, and if Liverpool don't qualify for the Champions League, I think they probably will in the end, if I'm honest.
I don't know. They drew against Newcastle.
That's true. That's true. That's a very good point, actually.
Thank you.
But it's crowded up there, so someone's going to miss out, and we can all put our houses on the fact that Man City are definitely going to win the Premier League this season. They've got 5 games remaining and they're 10 points clear. You don't squander a 10-point lead at this stage of the season.
Then actually put your house in it then.
Do you know what? I don't think the return that you would get on that bet, I don't think it would be worth doing it.
You might be able to get an extension or something.
Yeah, maybe. If that went wrong, though,
could you imagine?
If that went wrong,
Mike, I've noticed you start getting slightly fancier coffee. Yeah. Well, I got a tenner from a bet. Don't ask me what I put down.
If it did go wrong, I'd probably see this channel. We'd be like flat sharing in the centre of Salisbury.
Yeah, I mean, my side of the channel will look the same.
I'd have to sell all my lights and everything. Anyway, Man United, they look pretty decent to get second place position. But then beneath that, Leicester, 62 points, and then they've got a 4-point gap to Chelsea, who are in 4th. And Liverpool, where are Liverpool?
Exactly.
Oh, there they are. They're just beneath West Ham. So they're on 54 points. So really, you're talking about that 4th place position. And I don't see Chelsea dropping that, to be honest with you.
I think
that's
just take a moment to remember that this summer, all the pundits said this was the best. Not only was this the best Liverpool side ever, this was the best Premier League side ever, and they're currently beneath West Ham. So to say that everyone's underachieving a bit this season, apart from a couple of people.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep. So what my initial basic point was, you talking about Shaqiri, and I think maybe a lot of the talent at Liverpool decide, you know what, I want Champions League football, see you later. And see, then you have a situation where Shaqiri then starts for Liverpool because there's been a mass exodus because no one wants to play in Europa League and they want to play in Champions League.
Yep, absolutely. I think it's going to be
at a time when they want to bolster the squad and have new players come in. Who's going to want to go there?
Now, here's the crazy thing. What happens when out of nowhere the Premier League decides to deduct points for all these Super League players? And imagine that. Imagine if they all got relegated. Imagine the chaos it would cause.
This is the disgusting thing about it, okay? Because when you come into points deductions, effectively you get points deduction by misdoings by ownership. So someone doing a financial deal which is unviable that then puts the entire club at risk, etc., etc. This is 6 clubs putting the entire Premier League and football pyramid at risk. So the fact that there should be points deduction isn't a discussion. There should be.
Yeah.
But you're absolutely right. How much should it be? Because any kind of financial implication to those clubs isn't going to be heavy enough. You could find them $3 billion and they would get absorbed. I mean, Man City would laugh that off, really, wouldn't they?
Yeah, they would.
Maybe not billion, but you know what I mean. But it's never going to be big enough, is it?
It's never going to be big enough. But a points deduction, it just would, wouldn't it? It would just how interested are those billionaires going to be when they're playing League One?
I don't think it would get to that extent. I think it will be a 10-point deduction. Actually, I don't think it will be a deduction. I think it'll get brushed under the carpet, and it'll be the biggest scandal in football history. Because everyone says you can't do a points deduction because it punishes the fans. Well, when we had a points deduction, that punished us as fans.
This is all coming from people who either have never had a points deduction before.
Yeah.
They haven't even thought about that because they've been on top for so long, or it's teams that are very lucky to be advanced in that league.
Yeah.
And now they're doing anything they can not to be punished the same way. Oh no, points deduction here, baby punch the fans. Like, sorry guys, I know you're top, and it would, but as we've had points deducted, we've gone into administration. I've had, we've had points where I think the thing about the Super League that didn't make it too bad for us is there were points where I did think Southampton might go for realsies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And a lot of clubs in our position have thought that before. So we've been here by our own doing, and now it's their own doing. So they need to get punished. They need to. And here's the thing: Boris Johnson's being, poor, he's doing so poor a job right now of everything else. If he just sorted out the football, he'd make quite a lot of people happy. So it would be. He would. He would. Yeah, he would win another election purely on. He's awful, but he sorted the football out. He sorted the football out.
He paid for his flat on us. Fine, whatever.
I assume we pay for that flat anyway. But whatever.
I can't believe that tabloids think that we're interested in how he pays for his furnishing his flat anyway. But I just fear that this whole Big Six European Super League thing just gets like, yeah, we're okay. Like, they stayed. It's all right. It's like, no, you can't let this go. And if this gets let go, it'll be the biggest scandal in football history.
I just hope
it already is.
I love that. I do. To be honest, from what I've seen from a lot of other fan channels, and that they're still processing, they're still going on about it. I know they want more. It's more about ownership change in their opinion, but I feel like maybe they need to direct the anger slightly more towards accepting their punishment, accepting. I do think there's it takes a big fan to be like, listen, if it takes my club going down to the Championship or a big points deduction or literally that title of Big Six stripped away from them and you have to rebuild again, that's what you got to do because that's football. Yeah. And you tried to take that away, and the punishment for that is down the bottom you go. Yeah. And I would who wouldn't want to watch Man United Salford? That would be a fantastic game.
I don't think we'll get that far, but I imagine they're thinking the points deduction, like the whole point of the clubs wanting to break away, you would then suddenly create, because you would say, okay, you're getting a 10 points deduction, you're getting a 10 points deduction, and effectively then what that would mean is Leicester win the Premier League, and the top 4 Champions League clubs will look very different to what they look like now. I imagine, maybe West Ham jump straight up, Leeds and Everton would be up there as well. So
that's all we need to win these last few games so we can get Europa.
Yeah, but I just fear that they just won't do anything, and it's absolutely disgusting that it will be gotten away with. But
have faith, mate, because here's why I think you should have faith, is because when they announced that Super League, I thought there was no getting out of it, and that was it now.
Yeah.
And then look what happened. So I'm still in the phase. I'd love it if it was the other side where the Super League just sued the hell out of these owners and said, you can't get out of this contract. And it's the Super League that kills them. Literally, like that would be either way. Either way.
It won't kill them. They'll be fine. But it's just points deduction. Come on, do the right thing. Premier League, I know you're watching.
Of course they are.
I don't often stare at this camera, but when I do, it's very menacing. So there we go.
There we go.
How long have we chatted for tonight, Jack? 58 minutes.
58 minutes. Still got to talk about this bid.
Oh yeah, that's true, isn't it?
We're blast through that real quick because it's big news, but how much is behind it, we don't know.
Yeah. Well, let's move on to that. New ownership.
Ownership.
Before you do that, Jack, there's a couple of mentions in the chat section here. Let me see if any thoughts on the other stuff that I've missed. Oh, someone's saying about can you guys do us a favour? Beat Leicester. We'll do our best.
Not really up to us.
To beat them in the final after they knocked you out. Do you know what? If Leicester play anything like they did against us in the semi-final and we were terrible, you're not going to have a problem at all. That is your FA Cup to win. And I'll be rooting for Chelsea.
Imagine if Chelsea somehow do a double this year. Craziness considering the form that they were in.
Yeah, so thanks to Frank.
It'd be an absolute disgrace for Frank Lampard. He will be the only manager in a long time for Chelsea not to win anything in a season, and then he leaves and they win the double season.
Yeah. It doesn't get much bigger than that.
Wasn't his fault. So yeah, Let's talk about this new ownership, shall we?
Yes, let's talk about this new ownership. Jack, jump straight in, man.
So it's reported from who was it? Duncan Castles from the Transfer Weekly, transfer deadline day podcast. They're great podcast, followed by a lot of reputable people. I believe that's actually where the Minamino news broke. I think it was.
Oh, really? Okay, cool.
I can't even remember, but anyway, they're a good place. They've said that former Lille owner Gerard Lopez has put in an offer on the club way below Giles. What was it, 250?
Yeah, 50%. I heard.
Yeah, they've put in about 150 mil bid, which is a super low ball offer. But given the current state of football, probably not too. And given the current state of us, probably not too distant from probably what you should be asking for. It's a bit of a up and down one. Like when I hear that low bid, I'm like, okay, is that low because he wants that extra 50 mil to spend on players? Is that what you're talking about? But I doubt it. He bought Lille on debt and took a big loan to do it, a lot like the Glazers at United. So I don't like that.
Oh, okay.
And
that makes me nervous.
Yeah, but to be fair, they got a decent amount back towards the end. I think it was what was it? By the time he left, it was about 50. It was about 100 mil down from about 200 mil. So he was doing a job.
Yeah.
And Lille have done it's crazy reading Lille when you look at it. When he took over, they finished 11th, then 17th, then 2nd, then 4th, and they're currently second in the league as we talk. And he only gave it up a few months ago just before Christmas.
Okay.
So it's a crazy bit of reading, and I've not done too much reading into what Lille's transfers are like. But as soon as you Google Lille, most articles are how good his transfers were, or they seem to be. For the ones I've read, have all said how good his transfers are. So, and he's only left the club really because of the big TV deal in France that has just gone out the window for Ligue 1.
Okay.
Ligue 1. They've just lost their €3 billion TV deal.
Wow.
So he's just upshopped and left. But he seems to have a pretty decent track record, even though the track record seems really good. But when you look at how the money works, you're like, I don't know.
Right. It gets a bit sketchy, does it?
It gets a bit sketchy. The fact where he left Lille still in debt. However, when he joined, he only bought them for about 90 mil, and he took on their debt.
Right. Okay.
So he had to take loan to buy debt.
Right.
So it all just seems very. Oh, this seems hard. But he seems to be a kind of guy that spends a bit of money. He also used to be the president of the Lotus F1 racing team for the past few years. Well, just before he went to Lille. And I don't watch a lot of car stuff, but they seem pretty successful in their own little way.
Yeah. Yeah, that's an interesting one. I mean, whether the bids that he's put on Southampton also takes into account any are our finances in order? Do we have a debt?
Our financials are way down. If you listen to the transfer window podcast, it does seem, well, obviously everyone of course there's going to be a lot of debt from this season because there's been a huge lack of income and revenue. So I think every team's feeling it. So it does seem like if there was a time to buy Southampton at a low ball price, it would be now where everything's down super low. If there was a stock value on us, I'm sure it'd be careening as much as probably most teams in the Premier League that aren't West Ham or Everton.
Yeah, buy low, sell high.
Exactly. So it seems it's just a bit promising. I'm not the biggest Jow out kind of guy. I'm for me this summer is the most critical.
Yeah.
Because we know that we need to buy a lot and we know that we need to do a lot, and it's critical for everyone, for Ralph, the players, the owners. This is kind of the one, really.
Yeah.
There's not an excuse after this. So be interesting to see where we are. And especially, we got the new shirt deal.
Yeah.
And the new sponsor.
Loads of stuff to be excited about. But on the note of the Jow out thing, I mean, personally, it's the biggest criticism of Jow is the fact that the lack of investment. But effectively, he's just the landlord. So He's not involved in any of the running of the club. And from any new owner, what I'd like to see is an actual interest in the game itself.
I think it's something we take from the Super League is that we all want owners that care about the club.
Yeah, rather than
in some way or form, even if that is an outside guy who just loves football and wants to see good football. I'll take that.
Yeah.
Over just okay. I'll give you a bit of money.
Need an Abramovich type.
Let's not go. No, we don't need that. We don't need those guys. We don't need those. Who runs Leicester? We need those guys.
But yeah, absolutely right. But just someone who cares about football, who would look at it and go, "Oh, we're not doing so well. Oh, I'll see what I can do to help that." Rather than finances aren't so great at the moment. Oh, okay, let's hope it improves. That kind of yin yang kind of.
You want Abramovich's input. However, you probably want Roy Hodgson morals. Yeah, proper English football. Money.
Yeah. Oh, Ralph, you got an injury crisis. Oh, let me see if I can help you out with that. How's that? Is that better? Is that better? Yeah, just throw all the money at it. That's what we want. That's
actually why I was watching the PSG game, because with this new, this new owner coming in, I'm pretty sure Mbappe must be on the cards. Maybe. Got them French connections.
I just realised I just did this on a TikTok stream. That's not a good thing to do, is it? Yeah, all the numbers go shooting up. Look at
that. Good job.
Ah, dear. But it'll be an exciting time this summer. Exciting time.
I think for everyone in general. Don't forget, we've got Euros to go.
Yeah.
And I completely forgot about this. In case anybody forgot, don't forget the World Cup is at Christmas.
Is it?
Yeah, because it's in Qatar, isn't it? So they're doing it in the middle.
What, in 2021?
It's 2022. So when it's is that right? It's not. It's Christmas time. So it's going to be.
No, Christmas will be in 2021. We haven't thrown that away. Do you mean it'll be like in January?
I'm pretty January time. I'm pretty sure that's when it is.
I reckon it'll be pushed back. I reckon it's got to be pushed back.
Either way, it's still going to be in the middle of the season, and that's going to be awful.
That'd be mental. They had like the Euros this year and the World Cup in the same year.
That would be the weirdest thing. It'd be a lot of fun. I would say it'd be great if, in spite of the World Cup being in the middle of the Premier League season, if like every team just took their under 21s, but those sort of like fringe teams like Jamaica and Cameroon took their full team, so they had a good chance. That'd be a fun World Cup.
Yeah, we'd love that. Yeah, fantastic. Well, exciting times ahead. International football, and of course our game coming up on Friday evening. We'll be doing the live watch along. Let's hope it's not too eventful, and if it's eventful, it's all for the right reasons. We'll be doing our post-match show where you can join us as well. The membership section is open, so basically when you click onto that, you will find a link to the stream to join for the post-match section, and it's all in the details in the membership department. So go and check that out. Otherwise, it will be as normal. Nothing will change. Nothing is changing. We're still here. Still be streaming the games. So nothing to worry about there.
I mean, it was more different last weekend when I wasn't here. So it's
crazy, man.
Now I'm definitely going to be here.
Yeah, it's very difficult talking to a camera all by yourself on live stream.
The few times I tuned in, I was like, "This is different, isn't it? This show doesn't seem the same. I'm usually talking way more."
Yeah, I'm just there going like that the whole time.
You need to just get one of the kids in the background, teach them how to juggle or something. Oh, don't forget to everyone needs to get the Fan Hub app as well, because we're on the Fan Hub app now.
Oh yeah, everyone go and check out Fan Hub. We've joined their platform effectively. It's a good little app actually, because you can see the opposing fan teams, but it's all about collaborating all the fan channels on one app. So all the punditry that you want from actual fans is all in there. So go and check it out.
Just what we want. Just what we want.
You can even put in, there's a really cool feature on the app where you put in your starting 11, And then you can also, when we go back to grounds, you can check in at certain grounds and you get accumulated points for your fan hub section. So, yeah, it's pretty decent fun, actually.
I can't wait to be put into ground by some Southampton fans. That's what I like. I know I'm going to get this app, and I think I'm going to do really well. It's next season now at this point. We're back at grounds, we're doing stuff, and then I can't wait to see other dudes that are just miles ahead. So, or at the same time, I would love to be on some app saying that I'm in the top 10 of Southampton fans, because I will show that to everyone. I will wear that. I will print a T-shirt and just wear it all the time. But yeah, but do you know I'm in the top 10?
Oh, there's top 10.
Yeah, I'm just I'm just loyal. So I'm going to come on. This is going to be my new chat line to girls. Like, see that? Loyal. That's Southampton. So you know I'm loyal.
I won't be here at the weekend. I'll be at the football. That's what that will be. Oh dear. So there we go. But thanks to everyone who joined us for this live stream here on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok. Of course, you can catch all of what we've discussed tonight on the replay show, which will basically get uploaded to YouTube as soon as we cancel this. So don't worry if you missed anything; it will all still be in there. So you can stick in the comment section your views on everything that's going on in regards to the topics we are discussing. And as we mentioned before, we'll be doing the live stream on Friday night and the post-match show. Jack, any final thoughts? Message for the fans out there?
Message for the fans out there?
A loyal Southampton football fan.
Like, share, and subscribe.
Smash that subscribe button. Hit the like.
And if you message the Instagram, you're not talking to Mike, you're talking to me. So any of the messages that start with "Hey Mike," I start off salty. So let's start with that. Who do they think they're talking to?
You could have some fun with that, though. Don't be but don't. Jack runs the Instagram account.
Or do I?
Good stuff. Right. Well, it's been a fun one. As always, remember, like, comment, share, subscribe, and we will see you on Friday night. See you, everyone. Bye.
Bye.